Guess what? It's Wednesday, and today is number 10, effective communication. It's interesting, we discussed previously the importance of being a leader and having a vision. Communication, if you think about the other 9 topics that we talked about, each one of them require effective communication. As leaders, the communication that we give is there's basically 5 different points. Effective communication has to be honest, it has to be specific, you have to listen, we'll talk about that in a minute, empathetic, and also you have to be competent. So we'll talk about honest. Today, look, anybody can find anything on the internet. They can find videos, they can web search things, they can do anything. People know when you're honest or not. They know when you're authentic and when you're genuine. And if you don't sound or project your vision correctly, it's going to sound fake, right? Specific. Specific is probably one of the most important ones. There'll be a series, called, The Power of Questions that we'll be doing. And when we talk about specific, we talk about being clear and making sure that your message is heard, that there isn't a lot of emotions. We have a lot of emotions as leaders, okay? But sometimes we need to just take a step back and say, okay, what is the specific message that I'm looking at getting across? Am I honest? And am I empathetic? And am I competent when I do it? Next, we're going to talk about listen. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Use them accordingly. Sometimes we out-talk. Sometimes we rapid fire. We do a session in our boot camps called Answer, Ask, Acknowledge, Ask. It's an effective communication tool. It's what it is. A lot of times we'll ask questions, and then instead of acknowledging or answering, we'll just ask another question. It's like an AK-47. So we want you to speak your mind. However, we need to listen, have 360 awareness, be present in the moment when we are communicating effectively, and that way we can see what the results of the communication are. Next is empathetic, okay? The interesting part about empathy is if you don't know how your audience is going to receive the message, sometimes we need to take a step back and say, okay, there's sympathetic, there's empathetic, there's specific. Okay? Sometimes you're going to have to choose a direction. Sometimes it's going to be all 3 directions, start to finish. However, we also have to look, communication is not just about the words that are coming out of my mouth, okay? Because I'm going to say this, my wife tells me all the time, Bubba, it's not what you said, it's how you said it, okay? Effective communication. So, if you know what the results that you're looking for are, and especially if you know who you're talking to, then it's about the perception of the communication, not always the words that are coming out of your mouth. Competent. Know what you're talking about. Look, people know when you're faking it until you make it. At the end of the day, if you're not competent and the words out of your mouth are not specific and honest, then your effective communication has gone in the trash. We always talk about communication is king. And the interesting part about communication is not always the words that we speak. It's our facial gestures. It's our posture. It's our tone, our tonality, our pace, our pitch, our pause, everything that we do. Perfect example. If I was to sit here and do these videos and I spoke like this for 3.5 minutes, do you think that would be effective communication? No. Every one of you would click the unsubscribe button. Instead, you're clicking the forward button so your friends know about it, right? Gotcha. So, and the reason why we saved effective communication is for last. And not that it's the most important, but seriously, it ties in the other 9 attributes that we talk about leadership qualities. Because out of each 9 of them, and with this one as the 10th one, you have to have all 10 qualities. You can't pick and choose what you want to do. A leader is a leader and needs to stay a leader. Okay? So again, go back, listen to all 10 of them. I'm sad that the series is over because I love this series. However, I'm happy so we can move on to other subjects. Okay, don't forget, be yourself, be honest. Okay, you know, a lot of times people want to be somebody else, and instead, like, I'm just Bubba. Nobody can be Bubba, and thank God that there's only one Bubba out there. I'll just tell you that right now. But you don't want to be somebody else. Be yourself. Be genuine. Be authentic. All right, and remember this, each one of us are put into our own molds. So you build your future. You build your destiny. Work on your leadership qualities. Let's hire teams. Let's care about people. And let's always remember that clients are first. All right? You have an amazing day. God bless. And I look forward to talking to you next Wednesday. Bye.